What's up, sports bettors? We have been on a roll on Underdog Fantasy. We hit yesterday, so the video I did yesterday, that play won. We also hit a couple days before a $3,000 WNBA parlay. So I'm back today. I have three really good prop bets on Underdog Fantasy. Again, Underdog Fantasy, a sports book, highly recommend signing up for. I've had really good results in 2023 on this sports book. A lot of profitable bets on Underdog. So let's get into these plays.
So to understand how to make money on Underdog, you got to understand how this platform works. And basically on Underdog Fantasy, any three-leg parlay you create, you're getting a 6x payout, right? It doesn't matter what three picks you select, overs, unders, whatever. You're always getting a 6x payout. And to be profitable on this platform, you have to win above 55% of your player prop bets, right? So like Aaron Rodgers, over under 1.5 rushing TDs in the season, you have to win, 57% of these bets. Then you'll have an ROI of 11% on Underdog. So if you can win these over-unders like Rodgers, over under 1.5 passing TDs, 57% of the time, you're good, right? You're going to be making money on Underdog. If you can only win 53%, losing 47% of your picks, your ROI is going to be negative 11%. You're going to get crushed on Underdog Fantasy. So basically, when we're looking for value on Underdog, we want to find plays winning above 55% of the time. So one of the tools I start out on is the OddsJam Fantasy Optimizer, right? And then I just select, on Underdog Fantasy, I typically play these three-man powers. And you're going to see one of the first plays it recommends is Zach Short to get a hit. This play, it's not super profitable, but it's winning 55.07% of the time. And this should make sense, right? Because if you look at sportsbook odds, right? Look at the sportsbooks here, right? Every single sportsbook, FanDuel has this at minus 240, Caesars minus 149, DraftKings minus 145. Every sportsbook has Zach Short heavily favored to get a hit as opposed to not get a hit. All the books are telling you, hey, his over is a lot more likely than his under. And again, Underdog Fantasy, this is a sports book where you can see right here, right? They don't change your payout based on you selecting over versus under. So this is exactly what we're looking for, right? OddsJam, the fantasy optimizer, it is constantly scanning through the market for player prop bets, just like Zach Short over under half of a hit, where sportsbooks have one outcome heavily favored. And in this case, it's Zach Short's over half of the hit is heavily favored. So that's the player prop bet you want to go with on Underdog, right? It's a pretty simple strategy, right? Underdog doesn't change your payout based on you selecting over versus under. So you want to look for spots where, sportsbooks have an over or an under heavily favored. And in this case, it's Zach Short's over that's heavily favored. So this is a really good bet to include in your Underdog Fantasy entry. Then the second one, same strategy, right? Marcus Semien under 1.5 bases. Same thing right here, right? 55.12%. All the sports books have his under heavily favored. So this is a good player prop bet to go with on Underdog. So the three plays I went with, I literally just grabbed from the fantasy optimizer, everything based in sportsbook odds. I'm never betting with my gut. We have Zach Short to get a hit, Scherzer over 6 strikeouts, boom. And then we have Marcus Semien under 1.5 bases, $100 to win 600 on Underdog Fantasy. Let's get paid. Let's make some money, guys.